So after both sides winning last week, they now go head-to-head in the Pacific Nations Cup. Samoa taking on Fiji in what should be a very entertaining game. The lineups have been announced, and throughout this video, we will be letting you know exactly who is in both of the sides heading into their exciting contest. But we will start with the home side, Samoa. In the front row, it will be Jordan Lay at number 1, number 2, Ray Nuia, and number 3, Paul Aloamili. Although, interestingly enough, he was captain in that game up against Japan. He is not captain in this game now, though. Instead, they have given that to Fritz Lee, who is also a new player, into the starting lineup. So in that front row, couple changes made. Ray Nuia did not start that last game up against Japan. Instead was coming off the bench. But this could be a real opportunity for him to get that rolling maul going. We actually saw that Fiji in their game up against Tonga, that was where Tonga were able to get themselves a majority of their points. It's from that rolling maul pushing forward. And Ray Nuia not too bad with the lineouts, so he could find himself crossing the try line. In the locking duo, it will be Chris Vui at number 4, and then Taleni Su gets himself the spot at number 5. In the loose forward trio, quite a few changes from what we saw in the last game up against Japan. Number 6, Stephen Luatua, on debut ever since seeing that man's name in the Samoan squad. I've been excited to see him in action, and up against the Fijians, the perfect game for him to come into the side. Number 7, Jack Lamb, and then number 8, they have gone with Fritz Lee. Like I mentioned earlier on, he is the captain for this contest. Looking through at the back line, Eritara Emery gets himself the start at number 9 instead of coming off the bench like he did in the last game up against the Japanese. Number 10, they are stuck with Christian Lealiafano. For me, a man of the match contender in that last game. His kicking was accurate and he was nailing them from everywhere on the park. It's going to be hugely important heading into this game up against Fiji. Every point is crucial, and Christian Lealiafano able to get himself quite a few on debut last week. On the left wing, keeps a spot from last game, Tamua Manu. In the centres, they have decided to make one change, and that is our outside centre. At number 12, they have once again gone with Duncan Paiaoa. Number 13, Stacey Eli, so his first chance of 2023 for Samoa. Number 14, Nigel Awong. And then number 15, Danny Tawala. So they have gone with quite a different looking 15 compared to what we saw last week up against Japan. But I'm excited to see these players in action, as it is almost a little bit of a trial in terms of the best side that they can put forward. Samoa, that could be the side that make their way to France very soon. But looking through at the reserves, number 16, it is going to be a debut, and it is Sama Malolo. Number 17, also a debut, Tete Lamositeli. Number 18, same as last week, Charlie Faumuina. Had a decent impact later on in the game, and will be hoping to do so in this game up against the Flying Fijians. Number 19, it is Brian Alena-Usi. He was off the bench. He did start the last game up against Japan. Number 20, Genesis Mamia Lemalo. Number 21, the man from the 7th Circuit. When I saw him announced in the squad, I was excited. It is Malani Matavao, so he will be coming on as a replacement halfback, maybe get into play a little bit longer than he normally would in the 7th Circuit. Number 22, it is going to be D'Angelo Leula. And then number 23 to close out the side for Samoa, they have gone with Ed Fidel. So a few debutants could get themselves the opportunity in this game, but also a few more experienced players returning for Samoa in this exciting clash with Fiji. But speaking of Fiji, their starting lineup, they have also made quite a few changes compared to what we saw in their victory last week up against the Tongans. They were able to start that match extremely well, getting 19-0 up. But then from there, Tonga slowly closing the gap. Looking through at the starting lineup, number 1, Aroni Maui. Number 2, Tavita Ikanaveri. So making that change from it being Sam Matavesi in the game up against Samoa. And then at number 3, it is Luke Tangi. So quite a few changes for Fiji throughout that front row, as well as the rest of the 4-pack. At number 4, it is Te Ahuaru Thirikadavita. Number 5 is Soana Silasila. So a combination that the Fijian Drua have used for themselves in the past is now coming to international level. And after only having his debut last week, this is a big opportunity for Thirikadavita, and hopefully does manage to step up in the loose board trio. It is Meri Derialangi who is making his Fijian debut, which is surprising with the amount of experience we've seen from this man. He is normally the captain for the Fijian Drua, but playing blindside flanker in this game could be very dangerous. Number 7, it is Valive Mira, another Fijian drawer player, and he too will be making his debut in this match. And then number 8, to close out the 4-pack, it is Viliami Mata. He did come off the bench in the last game up against Tonga, did have a couple good runs. They've given him the promotion into the starting side for this game up against Samoa. Looking through at the back line will be Simeone Kuravoli. Number 10, they have stuck with Caleb Muntz. He will get himself his second cap for the Fijians. Out on the left wing, it is Kalaviti Ravovo, the Fijian drawer superstar. Will be going head-to-head with Nigel Awong out there on the field. Should be very entertaining. In the centres, they have made a little bit of a switch here. Semi Radradra at number 12. He will also be captain for this game, and the impact that that man had when he made his way off the bench was so prominent. As soon as he made his way out there, the Fijians just started getting more momentum. He was finding the gaps. He was finding great passing options. And him and Tuisova were linking up quite nicely. But that is not who they've gone with at number 13. Instead, it is going to be Osefo Masi, the man who scored the most tries for the Fijian drawer in an individual season, is now getting his chance at international level to show exactly what he can do. And I think for Fiji, they're almost spoiled for choice. The fact that they have taken out Tuisova and Nyatha Levu, and they still have this brilliant centre pairing, means that selection's going to be tough in the future, but it's not exactly a bad thing to know that you've got so many options that could end up helping you win a game. Number 14, it will be Celestino Ravatamanda once again, and then at number 15, to close out the starting side for the Fijians, it will be Eliza Druasisi. Did have himself a pretty successful campaign for the Fijian drawer, another debut for Fiji in this match. Looking through at the bench, number 16, Zuriel Togiotama, number 17, Penny Ravai, and then at number 18, Samuela Tawake. At number 19, they have got another man who doesn't have any caps to his name as of yet, but a fantastic player, Joe Tamani. Watch out for him later on in the fixture. Number 20, it is Kitioni Kamikamita. Number 21, Penny Matawalu. Number 22, Vilimoni Botitu. And then number 23, if there wasn't already enough speed and power throughout this flying Fijian side, Joshua Tuisova to close out the Fijian lineup. He had some great runs in the last game up against Tonga. The only thing that let him down a little bit was his handling. So hopefully it is a bit better throughout this game up against Manu Samoa. But this one, it is going to be an epic contest between the two sides. It is taking place at 3 p.m. New Zealand time on Saturday. We will be doing the live commentary for that game as well, so be sure to check that out. But do let me know what you think of these lineups, and also who you think will be winning this game between the two sides. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.